Okay, Marjorie's not here, but I don't know if y'all read, she just became a grandmother. She's a new
Yeah.
bubby. So
Yep.
very exciting.
For the first time?
Yes, I believe this is her first grandchild, so that's why she's so excited.
It
So
is.
Bubby-
I emailed with her yesterday. It is her first grandchild, so she's
Yeah.
ecstatic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bubby is a what kind of word?
Bubby is Yiddish, I imagine.
Yiddish.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Bubby and Zadie are grandma and grandpa in Yiddish. So I should know the Hebrew off the top of my head.
Stop.
Savta and right, exactly.
What was that again? I missed it.
Saba and Safta.
Exactly.
Okay. Right. Okay. I have heard that one. All right.
Right.
Thank you.
That's what we're gonna do in intermediate. We're gonna learn Yiddish, right?
No. But I will say that so she's advertising this class as intermediate level, so you all should feel very good that
Right.
officially that's what we're going to call it. But we are going to start learning some vocabulary. So, and we're going to start, and it dawned on me that a good place to start is with Adon Olam. And so we're going to go back to Adon Olam, and we're going to, if you have your blue Ein Keloheinu book, we're going to start by reading some English in Ein Keloheinu.
It's not an, it's an anchor.
Yes, yeah, that's the book. Yeah, the blue book. So turn to page 25. Or thereabout. Yeah, 25. So he tells us on 24, where he introduces Adon Olam, that each line of Adon Olam ends with a rhyming syllable. Musically, it enjoys enormous versatility. That we all know, correct? Because
Yes.
there are a jillion
Ways.
melodies, right? And you can make it fit almost anything. And he says that that's because there are two-syllable words that almost any melody can fit, which now I get it, right? You know, I was not a student of music or music theory, but he points it out and he's absolutely right. So Audrey, we are looking in our textbook on page 24 and 25 at Adon Olam. Okay, so Adon Olam consists of two parts, which now I'm at the bottom of 25. He says, the first part, or one part, he is, he was, and he will be. And the second part, he is my rock and my protector. And that's what is, because of this whole notion of he is, he was, he will be, is what got me to decide, you know, it's maybe time to introduce some vocabulary, and we're going to start with pronouns in a little bit. So I got my inspiration from this prayer. Let's look now in your Lev Shalem book. Well, we could do it either way. You know, we could do it either way.
Either way, we can use the blue book.
No, well, I'm trying to decide which I want to read first. Do I want, so let's stay in the blue book and look on page 27. I'm sorry, I'm a little scattered. So we're just turning the page and on page 27.
Okay.
Where he kind of breaks down the prayer again. So the 10 lines of Adon Olam present two themes: a cosmic theme, God in the universe, the first 6 lines. God is beyond time, before time, after time, in time. He was, is, and will be. Okay. God is creator and master. A personal theme, God is my life. So God is trust, rock, refuge, protection, destiny, and redemption. So this is what's interesting, and this is where I couldn't decide. In Lev Shalem, on page 211, on that right-hand column, they give us some of the history of the prayer, but he also gives us some history here. So we can stick with page 27 in the textbook if it's easiest. So he says Adon Olam was composed in the 11th century. Its use grew in the course of time. It started out as a bedtime prayer, and traditional Jews use it even today at bedtime in conjunction with the Shema. The same lines, however, are appropriate for a prayer upon waking. In fact, since the 15th century, Adon Olam began to appear in prayer books at the very beginning of the morning service. At the end of the 19th century, some congregations started using it at the very end of the service. It soon began to occupy a prominent place in the service. Its succinct affirmations and its philosophical and optimistic mood fit beautifully with the new mood of that period. Some Jews felt more comfortable with the universalistic tone of Adon Olam than with the exclusive emphasis of Aleinu. In time, it became the practice in all modern congregations to chant Adon Olam after Aleinu on Shabbat and holidays.
Yeah.
That all makes sense to us, right?
Yes.
So, and then he kind of breaks it down. So it has certain commonality with Aleinu and differences from Aleinu. So Adon Olam emphasizes the assertion of God's unity. Adon Olam proclaims he is one. There is no other to compare with him or join with him. However, unlike Aleinu, there's no nationalistic theme in Adon Olam, only a universal theme and a personal theme. The contrast between the plural emphasis of Aleinu and the emphasis on the singular in Adon Olam is remarkable. So, so if we look at the bottom of 27, so we've got Malach, Melech, Yimloch. So he reigned, he reigns, he will reign. So you have the past tense, right? The present tense, the future tense. Haya, Hoveh, Yihyeh, was, is, and will be. Again, past, present, future. Hu Eli v'chai goali. He is my God and my living Redeemer. So as I was saying, so we're going to talk about some pronouns, and we're not going to talk about tense today, but we will talk about pronouns. Sylvie Ann is coming in. So, hi Sylvie Ann.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
Not to worry. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, hold on one second before I do that. I need to close something so it doesn't confuse you because it's hard to see. There we go. Okay. Okay. Sorry for my lack of dexterity here. Okay. Can you ladies see my chart?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna make this bigger. Here we go. So since Adon Olam, as I said, has certain pronouns in it, I decided you guys are ready to learn the meaning of certain words. So when I was little, when I was young, we learned, you know, how crazy is Hebrew? Me is who is he is she, right? Me is who is he is she. Oh, and add to that, ma, what? So there's, we used to, you know, sort of have that as a little chant or saying that we would just use for some reason, but it's actually what things are. So let's see. They don't have.
I want to add a line to that. And we
Sure.
always said a fish is a dog.
There you go. A fish is a dog.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, these are our little ways of teaching ourselves something. So down here we have who, which is he, right? We have he, which is she. They don't have me on here, which is, that's okay. But so let's start out. So ani is I. Anachnu is the plural, we. This ata, right? This is masculine for you versus at, which is feminine for you. Atem, masculine for you, plural. Aten, feminine for you, plural.
Oh,
Who is he? He is she. Haim is they, masculine, plural form. Hen, they, feminine.
Excuse me, but what does that symbol.
That's,
That's a very,
that's the nun.
This one here, this is a nun.
those-
Yeah,
it-
this is,
It looks
this
weird.
is the funkiest looking nun, but this is the typeface they're using on this chart. But I like the chart because it had only, you know, the simple grouping I wanted. So I'm gonna keep looking and I found some other charts and I might make my own charts for you guys, but I'll send this to you, okay? So you don't have to copy it,
Okay.
I'll send it on to you, okay? But,
I'm-
you know, y'all are advanced enough, I think, to, right? Appreciate and put the concepts together and appreciate understanding parts of what you're reading because you know the words, you know the vocabulary, right? Okay, so let's read Adon Olam. You can look at it in either book. You can look in your textbook, which is page 25, or you can look in your Lev Shalem, page 211. If you need a different page number, ask me and I will tell you, because it's also in the Sim Shalom, of course. Okay. And we should read. So everybody have the page in some book or another?
What do you want to?
Good. Okay, I'm gonna call on you guys to read. I'm gonna start in a different spot on my screen. Audrey, I'm gonna start down where you are. Will you read the first line?
Or this?
Yes, and Lev Shalem all the way across, or
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Adon Olam Asher Malach Beterem Kol Yetzir Nira.
Exactly. So the only thing, so, you know, you stumbled a little at B'Terem, but
Yeah.
it's exactly, you got it right. B'Terem, call, so what you do notice here, call Yetzir, call Yetzir is one word, but when we sing it, we don't think of it that way because of how the phraseology is when we sing it, right?
Well, it's got a hyphen, so what does that mean?
I can't tell
Okay,
you.
but you interpret the hyphenated word as one word.
I do personally.
Okay.
I do, yeah. Okay. Lorraine, will you read the next line?
Li Naasa Betef so call Betef so call
There you go.
Azai Noah.
can everybody else be muted, please?
Yeah, I was gonna say, ladies, if you want to read when it's not your turn, just mute yourselves. I'm trying to catch you as you do it, but I can't keep my place and look around for who's talking. Okay, I'm sorry, Lorraine, we interrupted you. You want to do the second half? Start from Azai?
Azai Melech Shemo Nikra.
Very good, perfect, thank you. Geraldine, you will unmute and read the next line?
You always get me on the line that I'm like, oh my God. Okay, here we go. Ra'akare Kiklot Hakol Zavado Yamlok Nora.
Beautiful, you did perfectly. Thank you very much. Eileen, will you unmute and read the next line?
Oh, I didn't know I was muted. I'm not muted.
Oh, I'm sorry, then you're good.
Yeah, line 4,
Yes,
Vahu, yeah,
Haya.
yeah, Vahu. Wait, I missed my word. Vahu, yeah, Vahu, Choreh.
Hoveh. So vahu haya, vahu hoveh. You see the vav? There's a dot between the hey and the vav on the upper line.
So it's
So they could have put two vavs there. So the first vav would be the O and the second vav would be a a V sound with an E under it, but they took out one of the vowels, so it's just hove. You see the dot is the O, and then the next vowel,
Are we talking about the fourth word? I'm reading the fourth word,
correct, the fourth word of the fourth line.
right? For you.
So,
Oh, yeah?
all right, I'm not sure where you, are you now, oh, now you're moved over to the second half of the line. Who ye yeah,
For who? Now, I'm having trouble with the fourth word.
okay, the fourth word is hove.
I meant the fifth, wait, but
Oh.
fourth word is hove, okay.
Yes,
Then the who,
yes,
okay. Yeah,
yes,
but Tifera,
exactly, Batifara, exactly. So, so you have haya, hove, yeah. So again, the idea of was, is, will be, the past, the present, the future. Okay. And that's what led me to some of what we've been talking about.
so could we go back to the fourth word again, because I really feel stuck on it.
Yes.
It's ho, so the verb, the dot on top of the verb goes with the,
Okay. So we'll break it down. So the first letter is a hey.
right,
And then in the upper left corner of that hey is a dot.
so it's O.
That's the vowel vav cholem. So it's as if there were a vav with a dot on its head, but they took the vav out and just left the dot. And then the next letter is a vav, but it has 3 dots under it, a segal. So that vav is acting as a consonant, not a vowel, and it has a vowel below. So
Okay.
that's how you get hove.
So it's like taking 2 places. It's doing 2 things. It's
No,
dividing the dot and it's becoming a consonant, no?
well, not really. So in certain places we have seen where, so it's not uncommon when you have a vav holem, which is a vav with a dot over its head, that you can take the vav out and just leave the dot, right?
Yeah,
So that's what they did for that first syllable, ho. But then they have the next syllable, which is ve, which is a vav acting as a consonant, and 3 dots under it to make the ve.
so it becomes almost like a placeholder in the first syllable.
I
no?
don't think so. I'm disagreeing with you on that. It's, they could have written this, hey, vav with a dot, vav with 3 dots, hey. They could have
Yeah.
written this with 4 letters.
Yeah.
And we have seen that in some places with 4 letters, but it is much more common to see it this way, where the first vav, they don't write the stick letter, they just write the dot, and then they write the next vav in the middle of the word.
Okay,
Barbara?
In my copy of the textbook, it's got it wrong. The dot is not in the right place. The dot over the
Oh, you're right.
is not in the right place. I look
So-
now at
So
the
hold on one
keyboard and I
second.
can see what it's supposed to be.
So Eileen, are you reading from the textbook?
I'm reading from the blue book.
Yeah, so
That's
that's the
why.
answer.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at the Lev Shalem book. So
Oh.
yes, so in the textbook,
They
that
have the
dot,
dot over
the
the
dot over the vav,
rather
in
than
my
over the
opinion,
A.
should be farther to the right.
Right.
Correct. So I understand why you're asking it the way you are now, Eileen. I wasn't looking at the textbook. I was looking in the prayer book.
Okay,
So again, this textbook was printed decades ago, and it
They didn't proofread that
follows,
page.
an odd combination, in my opinion. So, all right, so after looking on line 4, the 4th word in the textbook, now go up, Eileen, and look at line 2, the 4th word, call. You see where the dot is in call?
I'm looking at it. 4th line in the
No. So
text.
look at the second line, 4th word.
Okay.
in the textbook.
1, 2, 3, 4. Coal.
Right, you see where that dot is?
Yes.
Yeah, so I would have put the dot in the same place for Hoveh, the fourth line, fourth word, but he doesn't do it that way. You're right.
Oh, so that's why I was confused. I thought
That's,
it was a
now I
place-
understand. Now I understand.
Rachel, couldn't this just be a printing error that wasn't caught?
Yeah,
Not
Certainly
this,
could.
he didn't do it this way intentionally because I think it's a printing error. That would be my guess.
You might, and that's unfortunate because the placement is so crucial, but
Yeah.
it certainly could be a printing error.
Was anybody else confused or it was just me?
Well, you
Well,
were.
I'm using the book.
Oh,
Yeah.
I meant from here.
Yeah, Barbara was too.
but
Barbara
I,
pointed,
but I
yeah.
had to look it up in the Siddur to see, well, what's it supposed to do in the Siddur? And also here in the top line, he left out the hyphen between Kol and Yitzir. So there are some definite differences between.
There are some definite differences. I agree with you. Yeah, and this is not the first time we've caught them.
What
It's-
page is it in the blue book?
I'm sorry, say again, Audrey?
What page in the blue book are you guys on?
25.
Okay, thanks.
Although I would tell you, I think you'll do better looking in the Siddur.
No, I've been looking at the Siddur. I just wanted to see
Okay.
what you guys were looking at. So,
Excellent.
Eileen, sorry. And Barbara, thank you.
I
Okay.
didn't mean to cause a problem. I'm sorry.
You
Yeah.
did.
But I
You
was
did
able
not
to look
cause a
at it
problem.
because I wasn't trying to read the word. I was trying to see what happened to it. So,
And yeah, so it's frustrating, I'll be honest with you, that and this is why I took the position early on that I prefer us using the Siddur that you're gonna see the most when you go to services, because that's what I want you to be familiar with. That's how I want you to sight read a document that is like, oh yeah, I know this. I'm not gonna freeze up. I'm not gonna question myself. I'm used to this. Make sense?
Yes.
Good.
Total sense.
Okay, so now we're on,
Rachel,
well, I'm
in
sorry.
in the 2 lines that we had to read for registration, I know you've answered this question before, but there's one consonant that's got a schwa, and it's also got whatever the 3 dots are.
Yeah.
What vowel is that called? The 3 dots.
The 3 dots is a
Oh.
segal.
Yeah, not the one that's like a
Oh,
triangle.
3 in a
not
triangle?
That one, the inverted triangle, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a segal.
So what does it mean when it's got both of those? Anything?
So it's an emphasis marker, basically. The 2 dots next to it and the triangle, right? So it doesn't change the pronunciation. It's still eh.
Right. Okay.
Yes. Hi, Marlene.
Good morning. Sorry I'm late. Where are we? In what?
We're looking at Adon Olam. It's on 211 in Lev Shalem.
I have it. Thanks.
Sure. You have any trouble with registering, Marlene? You good with registering for the class?
Oh, yeah. I just bumped out and it asked for the meeting code, which I hadn't looked up.
No, that's not what I mean. So I sent an email yesterday that unfortunately I was wrong. I thought I could just give them a list of your names and you'd be put in my class. You actually have to register.
I missed that. Thank you.
Okay, so it's an email I sent yesterday.
Okay.
I
I will check
I
it
can-
right now.
can resend it to you later today.
Thank you.
Because what Rachel said was that they're gonna open up enrollment to everybody on Monday, and you want to get in there before that happens.
Thank you so much, Audrey.
Yeah, but I'm not too worried, honestly. But it would be easier for everyone if you did. So thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
So we're on line 5 of Adon Olam. And everybody's moved on my screen, so I apologize. Oh, it's too confusing. Okay, Connie, I think I was close to where you are, so would you read line 5?
והוא אחד ואין שני לחם שילה והך בירה.
Very nice. Thank you. Next line, Mary Ellen, you have to unmute.
My mouth wasn't cooperating. Bili reshit, bili taklit. Velo haod, vahamsi, vahamsira, vahamshira,
Hamis.
hamisra.
You see it? The
Hamisra.
mem has the mem is the one with the vowel, and the sin has no vowel. So hamisra.
Hamisra.
There you go. I think you knew what you were reading, but your mouth was not cooperating.
Yeah, not enough coffee this morning. Can you
Okay,
read that
thank
last,
you.
that line again, please? The below, starting with below.
Excuse me, Rachel, I mentioned I have to leave early today. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Take care.
Bye,
And
Eileen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye, Eileen.
Shabbat shalom.
Okay, so I'm gonna read line 6. Okay, I'll just read it again. Everybody ready? Bali reshit, bali tachlit, below haoz, bahamis ra. Okay, question? No? Yes, everybody's good. Okay, so now we're moving to, I think, line 7. Oh my gosh, everybody moved again. Edith, will you unmute, please, and read?
Did you say Edith?
Yes, I said Edith.
Okay, thank you. We're on 7, right?
Yes, yes.
Vehu Eli Vecha Goli Bijur
Sure, yeah.
Kavli Be 8 Zara.
Exactly. You just have stage fright. Because if I know you're helping Geraldine, so you just have stage fright.
Geraldine's helping herself. She's gone, but
Okay.
she just likes to do it. She just likes to have me on the screen.
I appreciate that. Okay. So
That's because she's a school teacher and doesn't miss a thing. That's why.
Marlene, will you unmute and read line 8?
I will try. Didn't practice much this week. I should work harder, Rachel. Excuse me. Okay, we're on Vahu.
Yeah.
Vahu Nisi?
Yes.
Nisu, sorry, Nisi.
Nisi.
Vahu Nisi Umanos Li Manat Kosi Biyom Ekra.
Exactly. Vahu nisi humanos li manat kosi biyom ekra. You just need to not have a question mark at the end of each word. You sound fine.
Thanks. I think a little sleep. I've been working late at the tennis tournaments.
Well, thanks for coming. All right, Jane, will you unmute and read the next line? What's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9th line?
Beyaro.
It's a dalet. Biyado.
Biado. Afki. Afki Ruhi. Biat.
8. There's 2 dots. Yeah, 8.
Biat.
E. So there's 1 dot under the aleph, makes it an E.
Biat. E. Shan. Sha. Va'at. Viat. Arat.
Ira.
Erat. Oh gosh.
So Va'ira. See it?
Va'irat.
Good. All right. I'm going to read it back. Biado afkid ruchi be'et ishan ve'a'ira. All right. Let's see. Who haven't I called on? Lenore? I don't think you've read. Will you unmute?
There.
There.
Right.
Okay.
Ve'im ruhi ga vi ati adona li velo ira.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. I'm going to read it from start to finish because we had a bunch of interruptions. So I'll just read it smoothly so it'll be on the recording. If you want to read out loud, be sure to mute yourself, please. Okay. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Le'et Na'asa Behefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kichlot Hakol Levado Yimloch Nora Vehu Haya Vehu Hoveh Vehu Yiyeh Betif Ara Vehu Echad Ve'ein Sheni Lechamshil Lo Lehachbira Bali Reshit Bali Tachlit Velo Ha'oz V'Hamisra Vehu Eli V'chai Goali V'tzor Chefli Ve'et Tzara Vehu Nisi Umanos Li Menat Kosi V'yom Ekra Biado Afkid Ruchi Ve'et Ishan Ve'a'ira Ve'im Ruchi Gaviati Adonai Li Velo Ira. So this to me is interesting because you can hear the poetic coming and going of the song when you just read it, as opposed to in your head. We all learned it probably before we ever read it. And we heard whatever tune we heard more than we heard the poetic rhythm of the actual words of the prayer, the poem itself. Geraldine, you look like you wanted to say something. No? Okay, that's fine. I was just reading your lips. I don't know.
I was just talking to myself, that's all.
Okay. All right. So I think we should sing it. And I would love for Geraldine to lead us, but it's only because she's a much better singer than I am. And there are so many tunes.
Okay.
Geraldine, what tune do you like?
It doesn't matter.
I'm calling on you. I apologize for springing this on you. Are you okay with this?
Do I have? Okay. I'm all right. Come on, let's go.
All right. So
I don't know. Is that the one we want to do?
That's perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect. I'm going to mute myself.
I don't know. Asher Malak. B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra. I thought everybody was going to sing with me.
I muted myself. I'm singing. Do you want me to do it unmuted?
Yeah, sing with me. Unmute
okay,
yourself.
all right.
Because I don't have all the correct pronunciation of
okay,
words.
start again. Start again.
Okay. I don't know. Asher Melach. B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Le'et Na'asa Behefzo Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nigra Va'acharei Kichlot Hakol Levado Yimloch Nora Vehu Haya Vehu Hoveh Huvu
Ye
Ye Beti Bara
Vehu
Hu Echad Ein Sheni V'ham Yilo Lechach Bira Beli Rishi Beli Taklit Velo Ha'oz V'Hamishra Vehu Eli V'Chagoli V'Zor Kavli Be'et Zora Vehu
Nisi Umanos
Manosli
Menako
Menakosi Yom Ekra Biyado Afki Ruti Biye Isha Ve'ira Ve'eruchi Ve'giyati Adonali Below Ira.
Ta-da, we did it. Girl,
Yahoo!
I'm sorry I put you on the spot. You look like you were not happy.
Adonalam.
You did great. You did great.
Excellent. Okay. Let's
Bravo, Geraldine.
exactly. Bravo. Let's do our all-time favorite, my favorite, Ashrei. I know it's not your favorite.
I'm glad you clarified that.
Turn back to 181. I would not be a good teacher if I did not continue teaching you this prayer. I would be remiss in my ways, just like in the Seder, if we didn't talk about the symbols. I would be remiss if I did not insist upon this prayer. All right. Sivian, do you want me to, Sivian, I can't tell if you're in a car, if you want me to call on you, you don't want, I don't know what's going on.
I'm in a car. You can call on me. I'm in a car, but I can speak.
Okay.
You're stationary, right?
I didn't want to cause you any.
I'm not driving.
Okay, good. Okay, good. All right. Just checking. Safety of my students is paramount.
I understand that feeling, definitely.
Okay. All
I
right.
think my students used to just go and get in their car and drive around the block, so I wouldn't ask them questions.
That's a good move too.
Yes, we're too mature for that. Okay. All right. So everybody have Ashrei on some page in some book?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Sivian, since I got you, I'm going to have you read the first line.
Ashrei?
Yes.
Okay. Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha Od Yahalalucha Sela.
Lovely. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to, okay. Barbara, will you continue?
Let me go get my car and drive around the block.
Knock it up, girl. Just read the line.
Ashrei Cha'am Shekacha Lo, Ashrei Chacham She'Adonai Elohav.
Right. So
Shadonai,
just because
Adonai.
I'm the teacher doesn't mean I can't be just as silly as you guys, but you know, we know each other well now. So that leads to some things. Okay. Lorraine, will you read the next line, please?
Arumimcha.
You have to start with
Elohai.
Tehillah LeDavid, though.
I'm
The
sorry,
little line.
Tehillah. Arumimcha Elohai Hamelech. Barcha Shimcha Leolam Va'ed.
Thank you so much. Marlene, will you read the next line? You have to unmute, though.
Thanks, ladies. B'chol yom avarecha.
Avarchecha.
Avarchecha. I got to blow up my text for all my prayers, Rachel. V'ha'alach shimcha leolam va'ed.
Thank you. I think the third word, va'ahalala shimcha leolam va'ed. It's a word that I think we all stumble on because when we sing it, it's hard to tell what we're saying. The lila.
Va'ahala shimcha.
So it's actually va'ahalila. You see the two?
Lost a syllable.
Right, exactly. I think we all lose that syllable. I think I do too when I read it.
But Rachel, why? Because I would think that that would just be at the end of the het. So
Well, you're right. So you're right. I confused my ahala. So ahala, technically.
Allah.
The ahala. Although I think it's the
No, it's got a
ahalila.
break.
but when we
It
sing it,
is.
do we sing it differently from how we would just read it?
Sure.
Allah shimcha leolam va'ed.
I think when I sing it, I say lila, and that's why I'm reading it that way. But no, wait.
But
So
the-
let me.
the-
All right, let
the
me see.
next-
It does have
The
the two
next
dots,
line
but-
has who in it.
I'm sorry. Too many people speaking together. I have no idea
Okay.
who said what.
Mhm.
So, all right. So let me. So Tehillah David or Milchel Hayamelech Abrahashim Halaylam Va'ed B'Chol Yom Avarchecha V'Halal Simcha. I hello.
The halala. No,
Right, I say lila. That's when I sing it. I say lila.
because it has that shva, and you're carrying over from the hey,
Right.
halala.
So, but the
But
truthful
that makes it
answer.
work.
The truthful
musically.
answer is with the pure rule of Shabbat. With it, I'm confused. I'll be honest with you. With where the syllables break on this word. So we're keeping going. We're not going to spend any more time on that word.
So I'm not the only one who didn't get it right. That makes me feel
You are
better.
not. And I will try to figure out, I'm going to write myself a note. All right, so we are on the Gimel line. And Audrey, I am on to your box.
Okay, that's rather personal, Rachel. Yeah, sorry.
No comment. We can handle it.
Oh, I cracked myself up. Okay. Gadol Adonai, that's as far as I can go. Is it oo or is it boo?
It's ooh.
Ooh. Hu, lal, ma'od, velig, dulato, ain, checher.
Take care.
Care. Yeah,
Exactly.
sorry.
Hey,
Okay.
excellent. Very nice. Thank you. Siviane, do you want to unmute and read?
Thank you. Dod, door
Door.
lador,
Yeah.
door lador, yasha bach, ma'asecha, ug vurotecha yagidu.
Thank you. Edith, will you unmute?
Okay, we're at
With hey.
Hador.
Yes.
Okay. Hador. Kavod. Odeka. Vidiberu.
Ray, v'div ray.
Dibi bere. Nig, wait a minute. Yeah, no, nif lo teka.
Mhm.
Asi
Yes,
ka,
Yes.
asika.
that's right. Asicha. So hadar kivod hodecha v'divrei niflotecha asicha. You just don't trust yourself.
Well, there are so many things, so many flags to observe. One, I have trouble with the k sound, and the so those things just make me stall.
Well, unlike Adon Olam, these words are much longer, which is
Mhm.
part of the issue with this prayer, right? There's so many more
Mhm.
vowel syllables. These are not 2-syllable words. These words.
And
are-
lots of words, lots of letters joining together. What's that symbol that makes them join together? The two dots under it.
The shva, right? The
Yeah,
shva.
it does that a lot.
Okay, gotcha. Connie, will you unmute and read?
Which line are we on?
We're on with the
Starting with
Be'ezuz.
Be'ezuz.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Be'ezuz norotecha yomeru. V'giru
Ugdu.
Ugdu latcha asaprena.
Perfect. I think your eyes skipped
Yeah,
something.
it did.
Perfect. Thank you. Barbara, will you read the next line?
Zecher Rav Tuvka Yabiyu Vitzitkatka Katka Yarenu
Yiranenu.
Katka Yiranenu.
Yiranenu, exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know why you're questioning yourself. So Zecher Rav Tuvcha Yabiu V'tzid Katcha Yiranenu. Next line. I have no idea where I am. Lenore, will you unmute and read?
Out there. It's Hanun. Is that where we are?
Yes, that is where we are.
Hanun v'rahum Adonai Erech Apayim Ugda Ral Hased.
Chesed.
It
Yes.
says
Yes. So Hanun Barachum Adonai Erech Apayim Ugdal Chesed. Nice, thank you. Jane, will you read next? I think you have to unmute.
Tov Adonai La Kal
Call.
Kol
You see the dot up there? That's O.
Ura Rate Me
You read. You're at Barachamav. Yes.
Verahamav Al Kal Matsashin
Ma'asav.
Sav.
You see that? Yeah. Okay, so Tov Adonai La Kol Barachamav Al Kol Ma'asav. Okay, Mary Ellen, will you unmute and read?
Yoduka Adonai Kol Ma'aseka. Vahasidika Yavarkuka.
Yes, the only thing I would say is in the second to the last word, I would put the emphasis on the Daled. So v'chasidecha yavarchucha, because you see with the Daled underneath, it has that line next to the upside down triangle. So that's just a slight difference where the emphasis goes. Beautiful,
it.
Chanel. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, we're turning the page, at least if you're in Lev Shalem. Edith, are you there or you walked away? I think she walked away. All right. So Marlene, that takes, oh, she's back. Well, we'll skip Edith for now. Marlene, will you read the
Top of the kavod, top of the next
kavod.
page. Okay. Kavod malchutecha yumiru.
Yo Meru? You're right. Yo.
Yumiru. See the yo now. Uvuratcha
Mhm.
yidaberu.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Okay.
Lots of chas and chas.
That's this prayer. Marcia, do you want to read? You can unmute if you do.
Lahodi
Dia. Lahodia.
yeah. Hodia Livne Haodam Gavuratav Ukvod Hader.
Hadar.
See, I have trouble seeing between two dots in a straight line. Hadar Malkuto.
Very nice. Thank you. I'll just read it back. Lahodia Lifnei Ha'adam Gavurotav Uchvod Hadar Malchuto. Excellent. Thank you. Audrey, will you read the next line?
Malkut,
Malchutecha.
Okay. Malkut, Chut, Bal Olamim, Umem Shal Techa. The Kol Door, the door.
Very nice. Thank you. Malchutecha, Malchut, Kol Olamim, Umem Shaltecha, Bechol Dor Vador. Excellent. The next line, Lorraine.
Somech Adonai L'chal Hanoflim V'zokef L'chal Hakfufim.
Very nice. Thank you. Geraldine, will you unmute and read?
Okay, here we go. And just give me the first word. Is it
Ene? Ene. Yeah.
Ene Kol Eleka Usaberu
Yisaberu.
Yisaberu La'ata Notain Lahim Et Eklam Bito.
Very nice. Yes, that's exactly right. You did perfectly. Ene Chol Elecha Yisaberu Ve'ata Notain Lahem Et Achlam Be'ito. Very nice. Okay. Barbara, will you continue first? We're making haste here. We're going faster than before.
Sotea et yadecha umaspia l'kol l'chal chai ratzon.
Yes, and you were right the first time. So in this book, it's very, even though it's spelled chal, it's often pronounced chol. So the way we sing it is l'chol chai ratzon.
Yeah.
Don't understand these, spell it one way, pronounce it another things. But anyway, okay, so where are we? Lenore, will you continue with the tzadi line?
Okay, wait, Sadiq Adonai B'chol Derachov
Hav, drachav in this case.
V'hasim seed B'chal Ma'asav.
Yes, tzaddik Adonai b'chol drachav v'chasid b'chol ma'asav. Thank you. Jane, we're back to you, I think, if you'll unmute. Jane, I think you're muted still. I'm sorry. I know you're reading it perfectly.
Not, I wish. Karov Adonai Lakol Koro, ro,
Korav.
korav, korav, lakol, asher, yechara, ato,
So yik ra uhu. Yik ra uhu. You see the
yik, ra, tu.
who. There's a hey.
Who.
Who.
Yik, ra, who. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Could you repeat that word again?
Yikra uhu.
Yikra uhu.
That's it.
Okay. Be et net.
The emet. Yes. So
emet.
karov Adonai l'chol korav l'chol asher yikra uhu ve'emet. Okay, we're on the resh line. Mary Ellen, will you do it?
She's muted.
My mouse is not working.
Yeah.
Ratzon Yirei Av Ya'aseh Ve'et Shav'atem
Tam
Va'atam Yishma V'yoshi
Lovely. Ritzon yirei av ya'aseh ve'et shav atam yishma v'yoshi aim. Very nice. Okay, Connie, will you unmute and read?
Shomer Adonai et kol ohavav va'et kol har sayim
Sha'im are sha'im.
har shayim yashmid.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Okay, we're getting close to the end, ladies. Barbara?
Tehillat Adonai Yedaber Pi. That's my line.
Okay. That's all you want to read. Fine.
Bibarek. Kol Baser Shem.
Basar.
Basar, right. Basar Shem Kadsho Leolam Va'ed.
Thank you. See, you had it in you. And, let's see. Audrey, will you read the final line?
That's what I get for laughing. Nachnu the varecha
Rech, but nevarech.
Rech. Yeah. Me'ata. Is that a double dot? What's underneath?
Yes, that's a shva.
No, not that one. The next one.
There's a straight line under the ayin.
Ba'ad olam hallelujah.
Hallelujah. So here's so there are a couple examples in this prayer. So here we say hallelujah, right? We pronounce the shva as a little l here. So that's part of our confusion on the word ba'achalilah.
Yeah.
That's so. Anyway, so v'anachnu nivarech ya me'ata v'ad olam hallelujah. And I also find it very interesting that. Oh, never. Okay, so yes, that happens in a couple of different places, but we won't get into particulars. It's already a little after 10, but you guys did it much more quickly this time. I could feel the improvement. We went much faster, really good, but keep practicing. When I tell you, perhaps we will have a toast when you guys feel that you can read this fluently with just keep moving, no stumbles. It'll be a big day. All right. So I hope the idea of us learning some vocabulary along with this sits well with everybody. I'm going to try to continue doing it based on certain prayers that we get to. Okay, that makes sense?
I think that is so wonderful.
Okay, good.
And now looking at, well, at the chart that you gave us, it is, I mean, so I want you to know, I mean, I wish Eileen weren't gone, but I apologized to her via email because I thought that she was right, that there was no difference between the complexity of Hebrew. I mean, I don't know how complex it would be to be gender neutral in Hebrew because I don't know my Hebrew, but I thought she was right about the Romance languages, so I apologize. But now that I look at that one chart, I'm thinking, well, it is pretty darn complicated. So, you know,
Yeah.
I'm glad we're going to get started.
I didn't share, I also, so, you know, we've talked about in Hebrew, there are 3-letter combinations that are roots, right? And that you change certain vowels and you change the tense, you change the singular to plural, etc. And I might share some of that, but I thought it was too overwhelming today to do the pronouns and that, so I didn't do it. But we'll talk about that a little bit too.
But that is so
Rachel?
much fun.
Yes, Marcia.
Well, I got the email about signing up
Yes.
this morning. Why did it offer 3 different times? You're just doing Friday at 1, right?
I'm doing Friday at 10, Friday
At
morning.
10? I mean, at 10 rather, I'm sorry,
Yes,
yes.
yes, I'm just
Somebody
doing, right,
else
so
is
there are
doing
other
1?
teachers teaching, but
Oh, but
there
I
are
want
other
you.
teachers teaching and they're opening it up to women who might not have been in our classes. But so you just need, you guys will
did.
be with me, but you do need to sign up through that link.
It's just that that's also my time at the desk, so I'm still doing this.
I know, if you want to switch classes, you can, but we'll miss you.
No, I want to be with you.
Yeah, okay, that's, so just, you know.
And all these faces are getting familiar.
Exactly. We certainly have our rhythm and our bond. And so, and the curriculum is based on where you guys are. And I don't know what the curriculum will be in other places. Look at Sylvie Ann, she's so cool with her sunglasses.
Vivian.
Rachel,
Yes, Marlene.
are we signing up for intermediate as opposed to
Yes.
beginner again?
Intermediate, my
Okay.
class. So I'll send you an email right away, Marlene. Just follow the instructions in my email.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody else is good?
Thank you.